This program is brought to you by Fresh FM.
Tēnā koe. You're listening to Health Views, brought to you by the Golden Bay Community Workers and sponsored by our own fabulous Trash Palace op shop in Golden Bay. I'm Sage Forrest, and in the program today I'm speaking with Michelle Surcouf, who is a former professional windsurfer and Nelson-based artist who has put away her easel and oils, shifting her focus to creating a personal product for women. Good morning, Michelle.
Hi, Sage. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Now, this was a bit of a move from being an artist to developing these products. How did that start?
Yes, it was a huge shift. I started swimming a few years ago and finding that I wasn't feeling very well after swimming in the pool. And finally, went to a few doctors and realized that I actually had chemical sensitivity to the chlorine. So basically they said, get out of the pool. And so I started looking at all my personal, care products, shampoos and lotions and stuff, and realizing that there was a lot of chemicals in a lot of what I was using, even though I thought I was using pretty natural stuff. So I chucked a lot of it in the bin and went to the kitchen and thought, well, I can make my own products. It can't be that hard to make natural products. So I was making lotions and hair gels and toothpaste and eye drops. And it was actually when I was trying to make a hair gel that I kind of came across some ingredients that were rather slippery. And so I thought, well, this is an interesting opportunity to look at something different, and looked at the personal lubricants that I myself had and actually read the ingredients, even though I thought some of them were natural, and realized they were just full of really yucky stuff. So I started doing a lot of research and realized that I could probably make an organic personal lubricant. So that's kind of how it came about.
That was the beginning of FlowMotion.
That was the beginning of FlowMotion. It was a year ago.
A year ago, yeah. So these are organic products that you're using to create this lubricant?
It's actually certified organic. I went through the BioGrow certification. For me, I felt if I didn't have, that cornerstone of the BioGrow certification, that I actually didn't want to do it at all, because this is what really sets it apart from the other products. And once you have that BioGrow label, then you know that you really have a product that's been traced from the farm all the way to in your shopping trolley, that that every step of the way, everything has been scrutinized, the products are organic, there's no GMOs used, etc. So it goes through a very rigorous testing process to make sure that you've got the best product possible.
The chemical sensitivity, it's something that develops over time, isn't it? We're just getting saturated either in our food or other products that we might use on our skin or our hair. It builds up.
It does. I think, not everybody is the canary in the coal mine. I tend to be a little bit of that. I mean, I've always been sensitive to certain things. But what I realized was that the lubricants that you can buy on the supermarket shelf, like KY, for instance, has chlorhexidine in it. I mean, I really encourage people to just go read the labels. Chlorhexidine is a disinfectant they use, before they scrub up for surgery.
Ew.
Yeah. Durex has propylene glycol in it, which is essentially an antifreeze. It's not the worst antifreeze for you, but it's essentially an antifreeze. They also have saccharin
it's sort of
in
funny,
it.
Really, isn't it? Antifreeze.
Yeah, and saccharin, which is an artificial sweetener. People need to be very mindful that mucous membranes absorb more than if you ingest something. So we really do need to, be really careful about what we put in those sensitive areas. So that was why I, was really determined to develop a plant blend that is about as natural as you can get. And I've avoided putting in, all the bells and whistles. And you can go to the supermarket shelves and you can get the things, for him and her, and this ignites and that excites and that sort of thing. But all those things have potential side effects, have irritants. A lot of times I think women may develop thrush, they probably have no idea that it's actually the lubricant that's causing it. They tend to be high in sugars, in the glycerins, or, silicones. A lot of products, you need soap and water to wash off. They're messy, they're sticky, they burn. So, yeah.
Well, you mentioned the saccharins, which brings me to flavor. Has that been a consideration?
Well, I didn't go into that as well. My product's actually also Vegetarian Society approved, so it's a vegan product. If I'd put any flavor in it, that, say for honey, for instance, that actually increases the sugar levels, which increases the potential for thrush, plus it makes it not vegan anymore. So, I looked at a lot of different options. I worked with my naturopath and talked to him a lot about putting in potential horny goat's-weed or, something for her, something for him, but the problem is what might be good for her might not be good for him. So that's why I've left it really, really simple, just as basic real field gel as you can get. It's actually made from the endosperm of a bean, which is the sexual reproduction part of a bean. And they dry that and grind it up, and that's the main ingredient.
Oh. Yes, I guess I was asking about taste.
Yes, well, there's not much.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, there's not much. Some lubricants do add flavors, but then you've got more artificial ingredients.
You're listening to Health Views on Fresh FM. I'm Sage, and speaking with Michelle Surcouf, who has developed FlowMotion personal lubricant for women. Are you still practicing your art, Michelle?
I don't have any time anymore. Had I known a year ago what was involved in producing a product, I would have known that I was absolutely out of my mind. But it's been an incredible process, and I've just learned heaps, and just really committed to trying to get healthy choices out there on the shelves for people.
Are you making the products yourself?
I actually have it manufactured by Aileron, which is a factory here in Nelson. So it's locally made, but there's no way I'm going to be, like in my kitchen, making pots of this. It needs to be professionally done under, really sterile conditions. The process is audited by BioGrow. So again, everything is absolutely done as it should be. And I have every batch tested, to make sure there's no bugs or anything like that.
And you did quite a bit of research before you went into distributing these products.
We did. I say we. Yes, I did. We also did some surveys, surveyed women to, see where they bought it, how important natural ingredients were, et cetera, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's an incredible process to actually, bring something to market. But so far it's been well worth it.
Takes a bit of courage. Now, you're from California originally, but are you a Kiwi now?
I've been a Kiwi since 1994. So I got my Kiwi citizenship then and gave my passport back to Uncle Sam. So, yeah.
You were a professional windsurfer. Was that back in California?
Well, many years ago. I'd windsurfed kind of the western states of the United States, Mexico, Hawaii, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. So I've done a fair bit of traveling with it. But, it was back in the days where, they professional windsurfers, you're lucky to kind of get free gear and maybe, win $100. So, but, yeah, it was exciting.
Well, you're hoping to have FlowMotion have a flow-on effect for Sports Nelson Tasman Trust. Tell us a wee bit about that, Michelle.
The Sports Nelson Tasman Trust is a registered charitable trust that I set up a few years ago because I've got a sporting background. I just wanted to see people who, might struggle to participate in certain sports just have a wee bit of a hand up. So we do funding twice a year. People send in their applications for funding, and we'll fund up to $7,000 per applicant. We have a cutoff of $15,000 every 6 months. Well, if people donate more, then we get more money to dole out. But we have a minimum of $15,000 every 6 months, and we will fund any age, any sport, generally more individuals than teams because individuals, struggle more with fundraising. They don't have a team to, kind of draw from or have, car washes or bake sales or that sort of thing. So we'll fund from, little kids that want to, have swim lessons to even, older people that have just, found waka ama later in life, and we'll help them get to events or get coaching or purchase gear, that sort of thing. So, hopefully if FlowMotion does well, hopefully that'll have a bit of a flow-on effect towards the Sports Nelson Tasman Trust.
That's wonderful. So, we want this product to succeed for many reasons.
Absolutely. Bit of hard work at times, but getting my head around it. If you'd asked me a year ago what a business plan was, I had no idea. I'm kind of
learning a lot, and you're not a young woman. We established this, we're about the same age.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
This time of life, in menopause, the hormones change, things change, and having a product like this, I feel, is really important for not only physical, but I don't know what it is. It's psychological support in some ways.
Yes, I think, and if you read the philosophy that's literally on the carton of my tubes, it talks about, that spontaneity and the freedom. And, that's kind of what FlowMotion means about that, ease of connection and intimacy. And really that's what I am trying to kind of push more than the bump and grind aspect of some lubricants. Really, this is about just being able to, experience love and lovemaking in a really natural way. And it's not just for menopausal women. I mean, certainly it helps, and it does just make things that little bit easier. But, I think people forget that there's lots of reasons that people need lubricants. I've been approached by a young woman who's just started a charitable trust called Whole Lotta Life, and that's for young people who have cancer between ages of 20 and 45. And she's really keen to put this on her website for her members, because people who go through chemo and surgery, they have changes to dry skin, that sort of thing. So, sex can be really difficult during that period. Another young woman who's a physio, she specializes in pelvic health and continence. She's really keen to get it on her website for her patients. There's lots of reasons that people use it, not just menopause. There's a big gay community out there, and somebody said to me, well, they're only 10% of the population. I said, yeah, but, they're almost 100% users. Mm-hmm. So, I think people need to just understand that it's not just for menopausal women.
Safe with condom use as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And toys and et cetera. So,
right,
there's lots of reasons that people use it.
Great. Michelle Surcouf, inventor of FlowMotion. Where can people find this product?
Well, currently you can get it in Nelson at Fresh Choice, Body Wise, Greengrocer, and Price's Pharmacy. And Price's Pharmacy has an online facility, so you can order online from them. And in the very near future, I may also have my own online facility just so that people have an option. But I am looking and talking to, potential distribution agents. So hopefully I will have it nationwide, and I'd love to get it on the supermarket shelves.
Do you have a website if people want more information?
Absolutely, which is flowmotion.co.nz, and people can also go to the website, click on order a free sample, and I will send them a free sample.
Sounds good. Michelle Surcouf, thank you very much for joining us on Health Views.
Thank you very much.